This is Luetin, and welcome back to Riven. So, we have done most things that we can do here right now, so let's move on across to the next island. I should have pointed out as well in the last video that when we were looking up at the pipe furthest away from us, there was actually a walkway going to the rotating dome, but as you can see we can't get over to where this walkway is right now. So that's possibly something that we'll have to unlock later on. However, we did change the steam flow pipe, so let's just test this and see if it works. And we can see that the bridge does indeed activate now. But there doesn't immediately seem to be any real purpose for that. We can't get over to the other side, we can't go back there, and, you know, we can't go down, so we'd better just raise this back down. But at least we know that that steam is actually having an effect. And it clearly operates something that is necessary for us to use further along the line. Now if we look back here as well, we can see that there does seem to be some kind of upper level here, you can see. So it's possible that at some point we can raise this bridge and get up to whatever is up above in this dome, basically. But right now we can't do that, so we're going to head back over. And there's that walkway again I was saying about. So we are going to head over now to this area. And see what we can explore here. Now, anyone that's watched the journal entry with me, you can see that these islands basically are part of Gehn's deteriorating age due to the changes and the way he writes. And that's why this transport system is necessary to transport between the islands, because they keep moving and are generally very unstable. We seem to be in some sort of cave system, and there is a door here. So let's see what's in this room. And it's a chair of some kind with a mechanism around it. Feels slightly intimidating, but if we sit in the chair we'll see what happens. And we seem to have some controls here, which doesn't do nothing. This one, however, does. So we might expect that this will actually do something now. And we can hear some kind of sound. But it doesn't seem to do anything else. So we'll step out for now. Maybe the purpose of this will be explained further along as well. Now we do notice these two portals here, so let's have a look at that. A blue and red one. Now it's hard to tell what this is. It looks slightly like it's underwater, but we do see some rails here and what looks like steps, so It's obviously something that we will find. And this one over here seems to be another temple room, but we do actually have some kind of mechanism here. And we see it's opening a door, which is always a good thing. Is it opening a door for us in or out? We'll see. So nothing left in this room, so we will continue on. That chair took its time closing itself down. That's one thing that you're never short of in this game, and that's pauses. It's got obviously very interesting doors that can close themselves. Okay, carry on down the pathway. And as I said before, it's sometimes worth just turning around to see whether there is anything beside you. And quite often in these kind of cave systems and doorways and things like that, you will find other doorways, controls, things beside you in general that are necessary, so it's worth doing. Now, this is obviously the temple that we could see from the other room. And we can see another cage of some kind which was very similar to the other one in the other room, so it makes us think, maybe there was some kind of system there, some link between the two. And we can see again, 5-sided symbol here, Ghehn's favourite thing to use all around Riven. And again, same symbol, and what seems to be offerings here. Now these creatures here, they're one of the creatures on Riven, and they're called warks, and they're basically large predatory fish-like animals with tusks. But there's nothing for us to read or really look at in this room other than that. Here's our doorway back out. So let's take a look through this large door that's opened up for us. And here we can see what looks like the other symbol from the other room, the other portal. But there doesn't seem to be anything here right now. Let's go over here. This does seem to be a control. Now, I don't know if you can see, but watch the rail in the far distance, and you should be able to see our transport coming. These are basically the cable car system that runs between the islands. So let's see if we can catch a ride. And evidently we can. Now this is definitely one of the most exciting things about Riven, having these basically roller coasters into the game. It's quite an interesting change of pace that we have this compared to the normal stillness that we've had so far. And off we go. I remember playing this the first time and I swear it was so awesome. Bearing in mind as well, back then, this was PS1. And this was one of the most amazing sequences, I'd seen. Extremely fun. I do remember when I was younger just riding this thing back and forth because it was so much fun. And there are others linking the islands as well. And here we are now on the next island. Now I'm going to finish up this video here, but just before I do, I want us to go and have a little look at something. Part of one of the first or next puzzles, basically. Now, as we come out of the cable car station, we look to the left and we see a walkway going up here. But if we look to the right, we see some sort of object over here. And it's a ball set into the wall. And when we click on this ball, we get some kind of sound and also a symbol. And that symbol I'm going to add to my own journal. And it's very important to remember this sound as well. So we need to record the sound and the symbol. Now there is another thing to note. I will explain these right now. Basically, these balls represent sounds of animals in Riven. Now this first one I'm going to show you, there are basically a couple of ways of working out these puzzle symbols. And I do remember some of them, but some of them we'll have to look at as we go. This first one though is easy to remember. Now later on you do find out what it is, but I'm going to show you right now. As you find out these puzzles, okay, you hear the sounds and you can associate them with animals that you see or find. But there's a quick way of figuring out this first one. Now most people will just carry on up these stairs, or even if you turn around back again to go back through to the cable car station. Now when you come back through, it's not immediately obvious and people may not think of it, but if you actually look at the shape of this cave, you'll see that the shape represented here looks kind of like a frog. And you'll also notice that the ball itself actually sits in the place where the frog's eye would be. And if we go back and listen to that sound again, you'll hear that it does sound like a variation of a frog. Now I'll show you where we find that and confirm that later on, because obviously you do need to confirm it and we don't even know what that's for at the moment, okay? But that is one part of the one of the more complicated puzzles, and there is some things that you have to work out for yourself. Again, as I say, with a lot of the puzzles in Riven, often they will help you to an extent, but sometimes you have to guess a little bit, and sometimes you have to deduce some information as well. So I'm going to leave that here now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.